You ever meet someone who thinks a fake badge gives them the right to take what isn't theirs? Out on our ranch, we don't play by made-up rules. And when a so-called HOA cop kept parking on our land like he owned it, Grandpa decided to teach him a lesson he'd never forget. Scene 1. Life on the ranch. Narrator voice. Calm, painting a picture. Our ranch sits on open land, miles away from the nearest town. No fences except the ones we built for cattle. No neighbors for a stretch. And definitely no homeowners association. Grandpa always said, "This land feeds us, protects us, and in return, we protect it." Life was quiet until the truck showed up. Scene 2. The fake HOA cop appears one morning. A shiny pickup set near our front gate. A man in a reflective vest leaned against it, arms crossed, scanning our property like he was on patrol. Grandpa walked up, tilting his hat back. "Can I help you, son?" The man puffed his chest. "I'm with the neighborhood HOA security, just making sure everything's in order." Grandpa chuckled. "HOA? Out here? Son, the only association we got is the cattle herd, and they don't vote." The guy didn't laugh. He just smirked, climbed back in his truck, and drove off. But that was just the beginning. Scene 3. Escalation. Over the next week, that truck kept showing up, first at the gate, then on the gravel road, and eventually parked right by the barn. Grandpa told him, plain and simple, "This is private land. You're trespassing. Don't bring that truck back here." But the fake cop wasn't listening. He carried a clipboard, barked about violations, and even told us our fence was too tall for HOA code. I remember Grandpa leaning close, voice low and dangerous. "Boy, there is no code out here except mine." Still, the man didn't stop. Scene 4. The final straw. It was a blistering hot afternoon when we found the truck blocking the barn doors, making it impossible to move feed into the stalls. Grandpa's face turned redder than the sunset. He didn't yell, he didn't argue, he just walked into the shed and came out with a heavy log chain, rusted, but strong. I whispered, "Grandpa, what are you gonna do?" He spat, hooked the chain to the back axle of the pickup, and locked the other end to his John Deere tractor. Time to take out the trash. Scene 5. The showdown. The fake HOA cop stormed out, shouting, "Hey, you can't touch my vehicle. I'm an officer of the HOA." Grandpa didn't even look at him. He just fired up the tractor, the engine growling to life. The tires chewed up dirt, the chain went taut, and the truck jerked backward. "Stop. That's illegal. I'll have you arrested," the man screamed, running alongside. Grandpa hollered over the roar of the tractor. "Out here, the law is simple. Trespassers don't get to park for free."
The truck screeched as it bounced down the dirt road, dust flying, the fake cop scrambling helplessly behind. Step by step, Grandpa dragged that shiny pickup all the way to the creek. Scene 6. The creek. Justice. With one final pull, Grandpa angled the tractor, released the tension, and the truck rolled forward, splashing nose first into the creek with a loud crash. Water surged around it, mud sucking at the tires. The fake cop froze, jaw dropped. His fake badge hanging around his neck didn't mean a thing out here. Grandpa cut the engine, climbed down slow, and said calmly, "You park where you don't belong. Sometimes your ride ends up where it don't belong either." The man never came back. In fact, he sped off on foot that day, soaked and sputtering, his pride sinking along with his truck. Resolution and moral: nobody ever tried pulling authority games on our ranch again. Grandpa taught us all something that day: real respect isn't demanded with a badge or a title, it's earned. And if you go pretending to own what isn't yours, you might just lose it in the creek. Call to action. CTA voiceover, energetic and engaging. If you loved this story about Grandpa standing his ground, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment about what you would have done if some fake cop tried to pull this stunt on your land. Trust me, we've got plenty more stories where this one came from.